Alright, let us begin by answering the pressing question that is on everybody's mind. Yes, this deck gets better with Breeding Pool. Glad we could get that out of the way. Okay, so what are we doing now? So we have Hada's Climb here, which is at the beginning of your combat, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Then if that creature has 3 or more counters on it, transform Hada's Climb. Okay. And we've got just Wildgrowth Walker and Explorer creatures to enable this. I would not be surprised if we end up adding a lot more Wildgrowth Walkers to this deck. Not having all 4 in the main seems like a bit of a miss. I don't mind the rest of what this deck is doing. Although 4 Territorial Allosaurus seems like a lot of Territorial Allosaurus. My OBS issue did not get fixed, so I'm currently cutting the videos up using the Twitch video editor, which is functional, but it takes a little bit longer for the videos to get processed. I don't know about Path of Discovery. Path of Discovery is pretty slow and clunky, but I think not maxing out on Wildgrowth Walkers is probably a mistake, but let's play at least one to start here. I don't know that Pelt Collector is great. I guess we have a bunch of 5-power creatures, so maybe that's fine. Awkward. I think I just mulligan, right? Because the hand like doesn't even do anything. It eats lands and spells. Feels really bad to mulligan turn 1 Llanowar Elf. We've been gifted a second turn 1 Llanowar Elf, so God bless. It's all you really want out of life when you register Llanowar Elves. Just like play it on turn 1 every game. Branchwalker's on a bad rip. Means after we play this tapped, we can hopefully find our way to a 3rd land. Glacial Fortress, Discovery. Could be some kind of fog deck. Likely a Nexus of Fate deck. The Discovery blue-white decks usually involve Nexus of Fate, because Discovery helps you thin your deck to just Nexus of Fate. Weird. What is this? What is this non-green-black color combination? Yeah, could be Primal Amulet. In which case, having access to small anti-counter spells and Vivien Reid's going to be good here. Dunk. I think it's worth getting this down rather than playing the Rip Jaw Raptor this turn. Sure. Definitely Bant Nexus. Hopefully an untapped land next turn, so Vivien Reid can get going. I could have elected to play the Woodland stream last turn, which again, Breeding Pool when. So that way I could play Vivien guaranteed this turn, but there's a chance they could have a counterspell up this turn. So I chose to get the guaranteed Raptor down, so we can maybe work towards flipping this. This Negate might be our saving grace here. We might just need like a 1-turn window for this Negate to win the game. They only have one thing here. They might be dead. Oh, yeah. It's all about the climb, baby. All about the climb. That felt really sweet. That was, like, super quick to enable, too. Bye, Felicia. They don't really have that many targeted things, so I'm going to cut the dive downs. Big dumb dinos. Bum, 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 bum. Can I afford to cut Wildgrowth Walker? It's probably better than Ripjaw, right? If possible, this deck wants more negates. Potentially. I think there's a chance that that's true. 3 is a lot of Spell Pierce. I mean, you could argue that Climb's very reasonable because it turns any one of our single threats into a bigger threat. Well, to be fair, we don't have full patch notes yet, right? Those will happen when the actual patch happens. Immortal Sun's very good in this matchup. Their Planeswalkers, how they generate multiple cards per turn. What's going on, Hammy? Yeah, that's true. Their primary source is not Search for Escapes, though. I mentioned it a couple of times. I haven't had a submission for Grixis Pirates yet, so... you can play best of 3 without paying gold right now. In fact, that's what I'm playing. I'm playing best of 3 with no gold entry. We've always been able to do that on Arena for a long while now. And... well, I mean, I guess that makes the Wildgrowth Walker bigger next turn. Rawr. Or I still play non-ranked. No, I'm looking forward to ranked. Ranked is great. If they ever add, depending on like what prizes they add for staying at the very top of ranked, at some point I might not play every deck on ranked and just play some on unranked if they're a little bit more untested. But for the first preseason ladder, we're just gonna play everything on ranked because I'm sure the prizes are just gonna be a couple of booster packs again. Now I definitely don't plan to veto submissions. You're just dead on board. Doesn't have lifelink, right? Yeah, dead on board. All right, good, I guess. Remember when I almost cut the Wildgrowth Walkers? Alright, there's not lifelink on here. Alright, good. Good chat. Good chat. I mean, Lyra definitely would have been better against us there. Let's get 4 of the good cards in here. There should definitely be 4 Wildgrowth Walkers in this deck. I'm gonna leave the 5/5s in, just as like giant creatures. I'm gonna pump up a Vivien, and I'm gonna bring in a Spell Pierce. That seems fine. Let's try another one. The option to fight more important than card draw. I mean, it's not always going to draw cards is the issue. There's going to be a lot of situations where it just like eats a removal spell and dies. So I think being a little bit bigger is better. Instead of, please be familiar if you want to make suggestions for decks that we are playing on stream. Otherwise, you'll get a 10-minute break. Instead of me telling you your ideas are bad, instead, form cohesive, constructive arguments about why your ideas are good. Instead of saying, Jeff, doesn't this idea suck, or wouldn't this be much better? And me saying, yes, that would be better, or yes, that sucks. Instead, say, Jeff, this would be better, and this is why I think it would be better. And I can go, oh, that's a good idea. Or, oh, I never thought about it like that. Or, you thought about it like that, but this is how I see it. You know, generate discussions. Don't just expect me to poo-poo everything for you. Live brewing streams? No, that's miserable. Live brewing streams turns into 1,000+ of my closest friends screaming magic cards at me without validating their ideas. I do all my deck building off stream. We do plenty of tuning on stream, but I'd much rather, it's easier for me to tune decks on stream, because as we tune decks on stream, there's a tangible reason usually for why I'm talking about the changes we're going to make, as opposed to just theory crafting, because theory crafting quickly turns into just magic nerds beating on their chests, letting me know how they feel, then certain that their ideas are right. Whereas if we're working with some actual experience, it's a little bit more tangible and touchable for people. Just a normal stream? Yeah, basically. Alright, so I think I just want a bunch of big, stupid dinosaurs. And I'm going to trim a bunch of these counter spells. Just like try to increase my average card quality here a smidge. Yes, it's played this card, not that card 400 times. Completely agree. It's basically what it devolves into. So let's try this. Ever considered doing brewing streams with the chat turned off? I don't know. That'd be a new skill for me. And like the problem is, like, I'm pretty confident that streams like that would just be like less viewer count. And like, I can't be playing donation decks while I do it. So like, all of my on-screen time needs to be like generally maximizing viewer counts or playing through donation decks. So things that generate revenue. And like, if something's like gonna cause me frustration and generate less revenue, it's like really not worth doing, right? So like, if it makes less money and it's frustrating, why would I do it? Correct. A big part of why people enjoy my content is because of how I'm able to interact with folks consistently. When do you get a tour of the new digs? As soon as we're done unpacking. Once you get a couple more things set up. We're still missing like a kitchen table and chairs, and like the living room upstairs is completely empty. So maybe another week, we're gonna fill those in. Dino decks and costumes. I don't know about that. Oh, you know what? I should have waited to play this, because if I hit an untapped land, I could play this as well. I'm gonna pass on that. Would like to land drop here. I wouldn't let Shad in my house. I think Matt's gonna come over Thursday or Friday. So the problem is Matt's an adult who works a 9 to 5 now, and like I stream during the day. Any big furniture purchases for the new house? So yeah, so we didn't really have like a kitchen. We didn't really have like a kitchen table at the old house. Like when we all sat down to eat dinner together, we had like this like toddler sized table that's like you see in schoolrooms and stuff with like those little blue chairs around it. So like we're buying like an actual kitchen table and chairs. How do you play Magic without a kitchen table? Well, I don't actually play that much paper Magic these days. They have a Doomblade? That's rude. Hopefully it's Assassin's Trophy, so they ramp me. Whoa, they're trophying the climb. That's so good. That is fantastic for me. Makes me much closer to Ghalta here. Deal. It's only cost 5. Dece. Sure. Alright. This card actually seems really good. I'm kind of excited to play this in some of these breeding pool shells. If they want to trade both of these for this, I'm okay with that. If they probably don't want to take that trade. Who's in for the Carnage Tyrant climb next turn? Are y'all as excited as I am for the Carnage Tyrant plus climb? What's better than a giant trampling hexproof dinosaur? How about a flying hexproof trampling dinosaur? Thunk. The old 14-13 Flampler. Who doesn't love some good Flample every now and then? Yeah! Get Flampled, opponent. Get Flampled. Oh, I should avoid the trade because of an edict effect. Yeah, that's a good call. I agree with your assessment. Yeah, and you can play Ghalta after. It's like hit him with the Flample, play my 12-12 or whatever. Yeah, we can play Teamer next set for sure. The new all your stuff gets Riot, or just like the other playable Riot cards, will be really good with Climb. I actually have one of the donation build-around submissions that I haven't built yet is definitely Teamer 1/1 counters. But I need to build Mardu with Teysa plus Judith. I need to build Gran, Warlord, Rada, and I need to build Teamer 1/1 counters with three more build-arounds. Gosh, I'm so excited. We're gonna knock out, I don't have any Simic Ascendancy decks in the queue currently. We're gonna knock out like 10 to 12 Modern and Legacy decks tomorrow and Wednesday. So that way we can focus on Standard for a while. Do a bunch of Eternal content, then just do Mono Standard for a few days. RNA releases at 10 a.m. Central on Thursday. This hand is so good with the Forest. Loving the modern YouTube content. Keep it up. Colin Harley, thank you for the 5-month resub. I appreciate you dipping in to ship your Bezo bucks this way this month. Hey, Croaker. Could I bump the Rada deck into Standard? Definitely. Thank you for the bits. As always, anybody who cheers 100 bits or more or donates $1 or more can always bump a deck in my queue. Let me just double elf here. What was the peak viewer count when we were on the front page? I think about 9,200. I'll tweet a screenshot when when I get the data process afterwards. That's awesome, Isabus. I saw Adrian streaming. I retweeted him the other day. No, actually, a lot of the people that watch from the front page are like more passive viewers, I think. Yes, yeah. Last week when we were competing with AGDQ, we peaked at 4,700. So this week we almost doubled that, which is absurd. I will have a little bit of front page time again the next 2 weeks. So next Monday and the Monday after we'll be up for 2 hours again. 9306. That's awesome. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the second Hada's climb. It's also possible I'm supposed to, like, put a counter. I just trophied the climb again. Okay, deal. They want to trade here. I'm okay with that, I think. A counter or two in the thing that gives +1/+1. Pretty generalized question to playing MTG like a month and a half, so I don't have knowledge to argue why something would be better. I mean, so, like, but here's the thing. Like, if you don't have a good argument for why the thing you're suggesting is could be better, like, maybe it's worth trying this other thing. Like, that's, I feel like a lot of people just fall into these are the established decks, and you have to play the established decks because they're better, without really putting effort into thinking about why they are. I think a lot of potential sweet deck ideas would be missed if people just, like, wrote everything off as the established. Oh, you posted you wanted me to tell you why it was better. And the actual answer to your question is, I don't know. And if you think it might be better, put forth a reason, but I haven't played enough games to know if it's better or worse or why. I don't like to just write things off with random theory crafting. I like to go, oh, let's actually play some games and test it. The Hada's climb has been very impressive so far. I honestly thought the card was going to be kind of a joke. And I've been very happy so far with what Hada's climb has done for our deck. It's felt very powerful. It's been really easy to enable. I honestly thought it would be harder to enable than it was, but we've been flipping it very consistently. Standard, especially these green decks in Standard. Standard has a lot of board stalls with these green decks. Like, you've all played with and against Wildgrowth Walker, right? Like, Wildgrowth Walker creates board stalls like no other. So having Climb to jump over board stalls is huge. OSD, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate that. Well, thanks for supporting my content here this month with that. I think semi-clunky enchantments like Hada will be playable. Maybe. It depends on how much flexible enchantment hate actually sees play. Webbeladan, thank you for the brand new Prime support as well. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch this month, and I appreciate you and support my content here with that. This is... I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Just doesn't really do anything, right? This hand needs a blue source, and there it is. Perfect. See, it's very good. So we get to curve, like, the Wildgrowth Jadelight Hada curve is very powerful. Just, like, genuinely good. Rough. I think I do this. I really want to hit another land here, but if I put this back on top, this will have 2 counters, and then Hada's Climb can flip next turn. Ixalan doesn't rotate out until next October. Magic rotate once per year. Well, I could top once and bin it the second time? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Thorn Lieutenant's an interesting suggestion. Tilts. They are through 2 Lava Coils at this point, though, which means Steel Leaf Champion's a little bit more likely to live here, so that's nice. Angel Puff with the 4-month resub. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Woof. Land, please. Nah, I don't do set reviews. Set reviews are basically Magic players sitting there trying to predict the future, and rather than sitting there trying to predict the future with each individual card, I'd much rather just play games with them. So, like, I'm spending my time preparing for the new set by building decks that people have submitted to the deck queue to be built and played, and then once I actually play some games with cards, I'll evaluate them. Like, if you read, like, my article on... If you read my article from last week on Cool Stuff Inc., you'll see that my articles are, like, really conservative when it comes to evaluating cards, because, like, the answer is we just don't know. Multiple climbs being super awkward here. These are legendary on both sides, right? Yeah. Simply Fat with the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month.
A chase stokes the forge.
Carnage Tyrant seems fine. Immortal Sun could maybe be fine. I think I'm going to trim at least one climb against a really removal-heavy deck, so don't get a bunch of them clunked up. And, I mean, the biggest reason why it's hard to evaluate Magic cards, too, is because, like, I guess this isn't better than Vivien, is, you know, power level of Magic cards is format contextual, right? So, like, if a card's good in... If a card is good in one format, it might be bad in another. You know, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor was oppressive in Standard, but it's, like, unplayable in Modern, right? It's very bad. I know nothing about Limited. I'd recommend playing the guild that has the cards you'd enjoy playing. Yeah, you're working with less variables when you're evaluating for Limited, right? Lot less variables. Man, breeding pool when. Breeding pool when. Why? Turn 1 elf, turn 2 climb is sweet. Even that's pretty reasonable. At least my opponent is also playing embarrassing lands, just like the embarrassing not shock lands yet rear match. Maybe I'm just supposed to play this. I don't know. Feels real bad to miss a land drop there. On the flip side, they now killed an elf with a lava coil instead of a steel leaf champion with a lava coil, so we got that going for us. What are the odds? What are the odds that they don't have a removal spell here? And we get to Jadelight. 0? 0 sounds like the odds. When do they have it? Always. When do you have it? Never. Just like TCG 101. Twilight Prophet. Come on, untap. Oh, that's really disappointing. We could have maybe been in this game if I hit the land this turn, but without hitting the land this turn, we're probably pretty dead. I guess Hada's Climb flips next turn, so we got that going for us. Yeah, Bindmere could be better. I can see that being a thing. All right, we hit a land drop the hard way. I guess I should have played this pre-combat because it makes my thing bigger. Mistakes were made. Hey, Gid. Thanks for the brand new Prime support there. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. So missed 2 points of damage. They hit the City's Blessing. I have the Vivien Reid for this, though. The problem is the Vivien Reid's just going to trade for one of their attackers next turn, but I think with the climb in play, we're in a good spot here.
Feel the wrath of Scala.
So, like, next turn I get to play Steel Leaf Champion with Dive Down up. Ah, look at that. Found a use for Hada's Climb. Better to ship both of these into Vivien here. Trade for their 3-2.
Scars are lessons written in skin.
Oh, yeah, you're super right. Yeah, I made the legal play. Look at that. That's why I did it. Ding, ding. Trigger, trigger. Yeah, all the flip cards are sweet design for sure. Maybe I'm supposed to hold a threat back in case they have like a ritual asset. That's what gets me here, right? Is like ritual asset. Sure. They're dead, right? I just climb something they don't block. Or not quite close to dead though. I block these two. They block these two, and I climb here and put them to 1. Yeah. I can dive down to save this from trading with the Phoenix. Bump up, the bump up, the bump up, the jam. So still just looking to fade Ritual Asset here. Until my things cost 3 or less. Don't be mean to my toys. You're the best, Megan. Oh, someone mentioned Vinemare, but I don't have Vinemare. And my board is like, I didn't think I had Vinemare, but I didn't want to say that for sure because I didn't remember. But definitely don't have Vinemare. Run it back as is. Yeah, our mods are great. Got some of the hardest working mods on Twitch. Yeah, I agree, Life. As someone started a pool on how many gems you're going to be up if the fix is retroactive, I can only imagine. I think the blue splash here is better than black. Hada's Climb's been really impressive. I think the black's probably better until we have better mana, but once we get Breeding Pool, I am super pumped to try these things out. Who wants to keep the no-lander on the draw? What a tilt. What a tilt. Not quite greedy enough to bottom the tap land. Not quite greedy enough to bottom the tap land. Listen, anybody who thought this hand was gonna be a mulligan, you're probably new to the stream. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. This is how we roll, chat. They see me rolling, they hating. No blocks. Oh, just mono temples of tilt. I am so excited for Breeding Pool, chat. I am so unreasonably excited for Breeding Pool. Breeding Pool! Why? So creatures are affected by what's called summoning sickness in Magic, which means they cannot attack or activate abilities that require them to tap the first turn they come into play. Yeah, if we had Ferox in our sideboard, we'd probably board it in here, but we do not. We've actually kind of ended up in an okay position here, huh? I'm gonna get to play Carnage Tyrant next turn, then maybe Vivien Reid can catch us back up from our stumble. I'm not blocking here, even though the 5/4 eats it for free, because if that dies, they draw 2 cards, which I'd prefer doesn't happen. Contract! Thank you for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Rekindling Phoenix plus Midnight Reaper is a nasty combination. Woof! Oh, Lord. So they get to take our Steel Leaf Champion and then draw 2 cards?
For my freedom.
That's alright. Alright, I know what I'm beat. We just don't. So, like, our only way to, like, beat what's going on here is to, like, do it inside of combat, and we're just, like, gonna get buried in cards by the Midnight Reapers. Yeah, they get to sacrifice it too, right? So I can't just, like, not block and get my thing back. It costs 3 or less, so they're gonna bid it. We got beat by Legacy Staples. I love Vangrath too. I forgive him for the terrible things which he has done to me. Seems great. Explore Hada. This deck needs a light splash for 4 Angrath. I concur. Firm agree. I'm gonna no blocks here. My creatures are pretty valuable, so I have things to climb onto. 3 more months till I can start massacring chat. Put my tier 2 towards Traverse Shadow. We'll do Ozar. Thanks for the support. I believe that means we're gonna get to your Shadow deck tomorrow or Wednesday. Probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna go Library and then Graveyard, because I don't want to draw this, but I do want this to be a 4/3. And then next turn I can go Hinterland Harbor, dive down to protect this, Hada's Climb, target it. This, like, main deck Fungal Infection here. It's like Fungal Infection or Moment of Craving, right? I think I just take the 4. Rude. Gonna be pulled off in Modern without a loss of much function. Mana bases are much worse in Standard than they are in Modern, but that's a good thing. Requires some more conscious deck choices. Alright, this turn I'm gonna block. Since I have to dive down. Their sequencing there doesn't really make sense. I'm missing something.
My newest friend.
You can buy wild cards. Every 6 booster packs you open, you get a guaranteed rare mythic wild card. So you are effectively buying wild cards.
The wilds are my shield.
You just kick this and eat this, right? Like, if they want to attack with this now, I just, like, double up. Yeah, Thursday morning we're going to open cards on stream for sure. I'm still haven't decided if I'm going to do a Magic Online League before Thursday. I might just start late the more that I think about it. Because if I do a Moto League before I stream Arena, I'm not going to be able to do Arena for long. Because, like, once I've been going for, like, 8 to 10 hours, I'm kind of spent. Pretty easy trade here. Aren't packs like $1? Is it $1 quarter? I'm pretty sure it's $1, right?
Nature.
I guess I could have climbed to kill their Vivien Reid. Maybe that's better.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Well, I mean, Arena in general is good for views. Alright, so I'm gonna ult my thing.
Okay, you should see the look on your face right now.
Could we win with double climb? Well, climb costs mana to activate. And it gives the part you're missing. Climb is also legendary. That is correct. Is that Ghalta matchup? They have some removal, but not a ton. It's probably not a Ghalta matchup. Yeah, the flip side is also legendary. Alright, best of the hands that we've looked at. Let's bottom that, looking for blue stores. Perfect. Get that Temple of Tilt in play, best possible time. Yep. I don't know that there is a matchup where we want Immortal Sun over Vivien. I was thinking about that actually. I'm not sure that exists. So if I climb here, next turn I explore and then climb flips. They are adding ranked best of 3. It's super exciting. Rude. A little bit of punish here. They're gonna hit us for 2. Branchwalker gonna climb counter next turn. Alright, well I get to cast Vivien next turn most likely. Assuming they don't kill our board. Watching your rank yo-yo as you from tiered decks is total jangle interesting. I agree. Should be fun. Should be fun to see how high we can get, just like playing what people have submitted. Great. Well, the climb's flipping over next turn. Ian is not in a great spot. Probably gonna need to go to game 3 here. Wasn't bad for a 5-card start. I guess this is big enough to block most things, but they're just gonna get it. Yeah, just gonna play the rabid dog. You're so mean, Chupacabra. That's fine. Take the 3rd game on the play here. See how it goes. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how I boarded. Seems fine. If you're gonna make a tournament with good prizes based on ranking, do you see yourself trading hard to be win, as lose? I don't know, it depends on like what the amount of effort is. Just like depends on a lot of factors. I definitely wouldn't be doing anything that would potentially hurt or like make my content less popular though. Because like content pays my bills, and even good tournaments aren't consistent enough to pay your bills. There's a lot of variance in card games. So, making good content is always going to be my #1 priority on the channel. And varied constructed decks tend to be what's considered good content for sure. A lot less dry too when you got a lot of variety going on. Trophy's a sweet hit for me here. Please tell me there's an island in this deck. There's 2, right? Yeah, alright. So, if this finds a land, I can climb this turn. Untap land. Ding, ding, ding. It's all about the climb, baby. The fact that this is like ramp eventually too is sweet for the Carnage Tyrants. So next turn we play Carnage and then start making him huge. Big dumb dinos. He's gonna be bigger than 14. He's gonna be 3 bigger. He's gonna attack for 18, which is convenient. He's gonna attack for 20 actually, right? Rex. Balthar. I don't believe so. The last donation I got was from Robo Snake Ape about an hour ago, according to my dashboard. Do I want to attack? So if they want to put 9 power in front of this, it involves all of their creatures. And if they put all of their creatures in front of this, I'd get to kill 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd kill everything but Chupacabra here. I think that's a good trade for me, right? Oh, they only need 8. They only need 8. So they could put... I get to kill 3 things. They have to put these plus these. Am I okay trading this for 3 things? Probably not, right? Because it's almost lethal next turn. I think I just passed because it's almost lethal next turn. Well, they don't have to let me kill the Walker because they can block with Chupacabra, Jadelight Branchwalker. Yeah, flipping climb is big game here. Well, they're not dead because they're at 21, but they're pretty close to dead. Up in the air! Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Carnage Tyrant. Get him. Get him. Arrgh. Dunk. That's a big boy. See what happens when you eat your Wheaties, chat? You too can be a flying Carnage Tyrant. You too. Oh no, they're gonna gain 6. How can my aggro deck ever beat them gaining 6? You could say we went thoroughly over the top of them, huh? You could say our deck went over the top. All right, I always like to end on high notes, so I think I'm gonna end there. I am super, so I was kind of medium on this deck looking at it, and like I was just accepting, and this is one of the reasons why I accept basically everything, because there's been so many of these gems that look lackluster that like once we get in and actually start playing games with them, it's like, man, this feels really powerful. I liked what was going on here a lot. I'm super excited to try some different climb variations once we get the new lands in, including Teamer with Riot to put 1/1 counters on things for that too. Sounds quite fantastic. I'm going to be done for today. This is my last day streaming Arena this week until Thursday. So tomorrow and Wednesday, I'm going to be doing all Magic Online with Modern and Legacy. So if you like Magic's older non-rotating formats, be sure to stop on by. If you don't, because Magic Online, I understand. Believe me, I do. But we're going to play through those. So that way, once the new set releases on Thursday, I'm going to be doing a ton of Standard Thursday, Friday, honestly, probably Saturday and Sunday too. New set hype. I'll catch all y'all around later, hopefully, and thanks for the support as always. I wouldn't be here without all y'all, so thank you, and as always, shout outs to these wonderful folks. Their stuff is great. These wonderful folks also have wonderful stuff. Remember, if you want to watch more of my stuff, you can check out my website and my YouTube channel, jeffhoagland.com and youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. If you'd prefer to remain here on Twitch, I'm going to go ahead and give someone else streaming Magic a host here now.
Worth it. Do we have 2 bombards? Just 1.
I'm looking.